All right, all right, all right. Welcome to another episode of Eyes Wide, Ears Wider Poetry Cafe. Y'all ready to have a good time? I said, y'all ready to have a good time? Let me hear it then. Eyes wide, ears wider. All right, all right. I want y'all to put y'all hands together for a lovely, lovely, lovely young lady that's going to come up here and grace the stage. I mean, her voice is like pillows to the soul. So I want y'all to put y'all hands together for Brya.
How's everybody doing today? Good. I'm going to do a couple of pieces for you. The first one is called War Zone. And this is Chicago, so we kind of understand that. But I feel like we're fighting a little bit of a different type of war. So here it goes. I'm standing here as a soldier, but not in an army of one, because my armies of tons of men and women, and we ain't got guns. See, we don't battle with Iraq, Iran, or Pakistan, but principalities and all these spirits hindering man. See, we war against confusion and spirits of delusion that may bring the illusion God is not real. We war against procrastination, the spirit of this nation that tells us all we got time to sit back and chill. We war against carnality and the misconstrued reality that homosexuality is the only sexual sin. We war against the monotony of poverty and the embarrassing legacy of our forefathers' destinies unfulfilled that we now house within. We war against generational curses passed down from pop to son that may one day cause someone to pop your son. We war against religious tradition, and now we're on a mission to see God's kingdom come. His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And all these battles will be won when we submit and let him work in us the will and the do so that we may will to do. Please take heed to what I say to you. We in a war zone and we must be prepared. So keep that helmet on your head. Never leave your sword at home. Guard your heart and keep that breastplate on. The belt of truth shall set you free. Wear God's boots, and where you walk, peace will be. Last but not least, keep your shield handy, because we're in a war zone and we must be ready. I said we're in a war zone and we gotta stay ready. You ready?
All right, y'all. You want to keep it going? Say yeah. You want to keep it going? Say yeah. Well, next up, I want y'all to put y'all hands together for Jeronimo Speaks.
I was like in my head, like, you know what I mean, at first, like, hey, what's the perform I'm gonna do? But the sister Queen Brya, she came up here, she kind of inspired a piece. I was like, oh, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? So this piece, piece was called Dark Angels, you know what I mean? And this piece is called PTSD. How many of y'all familiar with PTSD? Like, how many of y'all familiar, like, that's a commonality in the black community? Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of us, like, we don't, like, for some odd reason, us in the black community, we don't believe in therapy. Like, we don't believe to go and sit down and talk to somebody about our issues and our problems. We just brave through. One of my buddies, she had told me, like, I got PTSD. I was like, you got no PTSD? What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? And she was just like, nah, something a little off with you. Like, you know what I mean? You too used to unnormal circumstances. And then I'm like, well, I've never been in the army or nothing like that, so I don't, how can I have PTSD? Yeah. And because my mentality was like, you gotta be in the army to have, that's an army thing. Like, you know what I mean? And she was trying to explain to me, And I started breaking down to her, like, we arguing back and forth. And I'm like, I ain't never been in the sandy shores of right now Iraqi war. And I never stormed with troops through Desert Storm and Boost. And I've never acted in the plan to take terrorist land from Afghanistan. But one of my friends say, Jay, you got PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And in order to fight disorder, you got to talk about your pains and disorder. So speaking becomes therapeutic from disorder, you're a street soldier. And in order to get over, your mind got to think wholer, so your tongue got to speak sober. So here we go. PTSD, posted, trapping, selling drugs, popping texts, squeezing deserts, and I was in the midst of it as an adolescent. Yeah, that was a dose present, but I formed most of my scars from adult sections. Have you ever been around someone smoking crack? The thick aroma smells like the stellest, wettest, moldiest bread, and I couldn't eat for a week after that. But you know what really made me weak after that? My first time seeing the body. I was maybe 7 probably. There I was by 92nd and Cottage Grove, right by the corner store, when I see a chase and pursuit, 12 gangsters all ready to shoot, pistol in hand, stumping out one man, then I see him reach for the kid, and you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. PTSD, huh? Preteen selling dope. Funny how quick you graduate to the real thing from selling soap. And they give it to you wrapped in hope. Ironic how they give you the blow and tell you a blow and yell it's for the low. When jail is your new home, is hell. You're on your own. I mean, my homie used to give us $1 when we asked for it. Everything he had on, it looked like he put cash on it. And went from, let me get $1. Sure, shawty, if I got one on me. So let me get $1. Sure, shawty, drop this off for me. Say, hey, shawty, you want some extra dollars? Here, pop this off for me. And I remember the first time a fiend approached with some cream out. You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. PTSD, huh? Pardon the sinning deacon. But it's too much money out here and me and my guys eating. And no one ever put a price tag on our worth. They say you gotta die to see heaven, but I want to see it here on earth. And no, we don't do songs. We read tatted out psalms on forearms and pray to the same God when it's wartime in sight. One time, it literally rained bullets for 40 days and 40 nights. He was the only block flooded when it was drought season. But I'm looked at as a heathen. Shorties forsaking Jesus, sending men to God with that 30 piece. And it's foolish, forsaking Jesus, sending him to God for 30 pieces like Judas. And I try to talk to him, but it's like I'm speaking in code. I was broken, dragged through the mud, lost loved ones that I never denied God. I was on my job. What am I speaking in code? I said I was broken, dragged through the mud, lost loved ones that I never denied God. I was on my job. But they say, Jay, try to run to the church, but all this church hurt got me thinking like, is it worth it? Because Moses taught me even a holy staff can turn into serpents. And lately, it feel like the devil made a pact with God to impact my life, and I'm looking at God like, you know what? I don't even want it. My best friend said, how could you heal if you never talk about it? All you do is talk around it. You live the life that most of these people would consider astounding. But at the end of the day, I don't even want to talk about it.
All right, the next piece I'm going to do is for the ladies. Ladies say, hey. All right, so the Bible says that he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord, right? So ladies, I just want you to remember that you are his favor. Okay, here it goes. The name of this piece is Good Thing. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And me, myself, personally, I'm a real good thing. So I'm not looking for no boyfriend. I'm waiting on my husband, the man that God sends, the one who loved me like Christ loves the church. And to do that, he will love Christ and the church because he's walking with Christ and he's living for Christ. So the Christ in his life has taught him how to treat a woman right. Now, baby, rest assured that I'm spending time with daddy too. So I've learned the concept of submit and even how to endure because, yes, hard times will come our way and I'll even get mad at you someday, but that day's not here yet. And neither are you. So until my business becomes our business, just know that I'm about my Father's business. And as long as my business is minding God's business, I'll be busily waiting. Steadfast and unshakable, strong and unbreakable, willing to do all that it takes to make sure that I'm right with him so that I know I'm right for you. Because when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And like I told you before, I'm a real good thing.
So they say every soul should be cleansed of tarnishes and imperfections when entering the pearly gates. Like melanated blotches and darkened pockets weren't even up for debate. Such impurities are left earthbound where flesh entangles and sin is worn like bangles. So a halo, hell no. We wear our skin like armor and yours got too many chinks, nigga. When we ascend such earthly tones are marked as earthly links, nigga. There are no dark angels. But what you saying? God ain't create angelic creatures with melanated features like guardian angels or Earth's house niggas and wet nurses. A bunch of serving because of the surface. What's the purpose? I've been in far too many situations and seen the best work of my guardian angel, and I can promise to God he an angel. He was melanated, far from heaven and never said it's melanin hated. As a matter of fact, God is as fierce as the sun. So when he stood before him, his melanin aided. I mean, how could you debate it? A different shade of greatness, degraded and graded. So what you saying? The arch nemesis of an archangel is a dark Gabriel, like Lucifer's fall into darkness is a 5'11" Amazonian goddess, only meant for the godless and those who so silence. Or maybe Adam and Eve's skin was his darkest evening. Better yet, what if a cocoa butter complexion was only Eve then, and Adam was just a fallen angel out to get Eve in? Think about it. That's the difference between the God-made and the man-made movement. Like God made us protected from skin cancer, so man-made bullets. I believe in the Alpha and the Omega, but this right here be the prelude, and I'll be lying if I said I never felt the presence of a Jesus and a Jesus. It's more than imagining, where you can feel the presence of a black girl's magic and a Mary and Magdalene. There are no dark angels. Like God just destroys the richest mineral earth has to offer. That's royalty written on my DNA. And guess who's the author? Skin the color of bronze, head texture like wool. So guess who's the father? Even my princess will walk in the kingdom of kings like a young Nala. So tell me God ain't rocking out with a melanated Spanish armada or a Zulu warrior from Shaka. So spare me on what you think is evangelical. Or even angelical, like heaven got a ghetto. Do we settle on being settled? This right here be something spiritual for your head, like a kufi. I was trapping in the field with it, and trust me, seeing angels in the outfield was more than just a movie. Jesus took the wheel plenty of times when my life was just a hoopty. And lately, it feels like they want to put a black face on everything but Jesus, and we still Gucci. There are no dark angels.
So we're going to close the session out, man. We got a dope group coming up. Well, group of artists. Got a couple people with her. All right. Want y'all to put y'all hands together for Alissa.
Hi, I'm Alissa. How are you guys? Awesome. I hope you guys love R&B. Today, the song that I'm going to do for you is Falling Out of Love, and it's my latest single, so I hope you love it. Why do we argue? Why do we fight? What can I say to make it right? I've seen your face 1,000 times. Where's the truth in all the lies? How are we falling out of love? Try a little more, fight and fuss. I get the feeling that you're really giving up. It's past the time to make it right, baby. Whatever happened to the things that we thought we could be? Thought we were changing, but you changed it up on me. And I'm falling out of love. There's no us without trust. So why do we argue? Why do we fight? Had a million chances to get it right. And I think we crossed a line sometime, or this time, or every time. But last time was the last time. Think I met you in a past life where things were different than they are now. I'll stay down in the meantime. Can't outgrow if we can't climb. It's killing me. How could it be? How are we falling out of love? Try a little more, fight and fuss. I get the feeling that you time right. Whatever happened to the things that we could be? You're changing up on me, and there's no us without trust, baby. Thank you so much.